Manchester United have concrete interest in Atlanta striker Rasmus Hojlund. Manchester United are in a concrete interest in signing Atlanta forward Rasmus Hojlund before the summer transfer window, according to The Sun. The 20-year-old signed a Serie A team from Sturm Graz prior to his transfer date last summer and has been a regular with the team since the start of the season. Hojlund admitted in January that he's a big fan of the Red Devils, and the Sun newspaper says he could be transferred for a fee of between £35 to £40 million. The Dane is still learning his trade at the age of 20, but he has shown glimpses of his immense quality. Hojlund was amazing in their 2-0 win against Lazio recently. Aside from his goal, he won 9 ground and aerial duels while completing 6 out of his 8 take-ons attempted. Therefore, it is not surprising that United are keeping a close eye on him. Interest in the 20-year-old may only increase after his great hat-trick for Denmark in the middle of the week. In our opinion, United should start early negotiations with Atlanta to secure a summer deal. So what is your opinion on this subject? Would you like to see Hojlund in Manchester? Anthony Martial could stay at Manchester United despite being transfer listed. Anthony Martial faces an uncertain future at Manchester United after battling for condition and playing time this season. According to Samuel Luckhurst of the Manchester Evening News, the 27-year-old spent most of the season with an injury and was placed on the transfer list in February. Despite this, the French international's output has been impressive with a goal contribution every 90 minutes, so he's still an efficient striker. If Martial is sold, Ten Hag may not have a star striker at the end of the season. Wout Weghorst, the only real striker on the team, is expected to return to his old club Burnley in July. Martial's deal at Old Trafford expires in 2024 and there is a genuine risk of losing him on a free transfer if he's unwilling to put pen to paper on a contract extension, but United could do with him on the pitch, not just to make back the money spent in 2015. The French player, who has scored 85 goals and 52 assists in 283 games since he bought it for €60 million from Monaco, spent the second half of last season on loan at Seville, scoring just 1 goal in 12 games. Red Devils can't afford to sell every offending player in the same transfer window, so Martial could be capped. Out of favor Manchester United starlet Anthony Elanga hints at summer move. Anthony Elanga admits he has been disappointed by the lack of playing times at Manchester United lately and will talk to the club about his options in the summer. Although he featured quite regularly off the bench in the first half of the season, the 20-year-old has played a total of just 49 minutes of football since the January window closed. It is believed that he had many suitors who wanted to loan Elanga to Barcelona for the winter, but manager Erik ten Hag did not want to send Elanga. However, the strong form of Marcus Rashford, the return of Jadon Sancho and the rising chart of Alejandro Garnacho have kept Elanga on the bench. Elanga was an unused substitute in Sweden's Friday night loss to Belgium and is conscious of the fact that at this stage of his career he has to play constantly. Asked about his lack of game time, Elanga told Swedish newspaper Aftonbladet, "It is frustrating, you want to play, it's important, but whether you play or not, it's up to the coach, not me." Elanga is most likely expected to leave the team at the end of the season. Manchester United plotting summer raid on Brighton for their special striker Evan Ferguson. It is well known that Manchester United manager Erik ten Hag has been pushing ahead with his plans to find the perfect striker ahead of next season after playing almost all season without an elite striker. The club is open to keeping a lot of striker options ready, and the last name mentioned on this list is Brighton star Evan Ferguson. According to Football Insider, United sent observers to monitor the youth's progress and are now ready to take action. Sources told Football Insider, Manchester United are looking to sign Brighton sensation Evan Ferguson this summer. The 18-year-old has become one of the Premier League's breakthrough stars this season, scoring 7 goals and providing 3 assists in 16 games in all competitions. Brighton manager Roberto De Zerbi is a huge fan of the academy star and even described him as a special striker. He also won his first international jersey and scored in his debut match for Northern Ireland against Latvia. His impressive physique, speed and ability to score any goal has impressed everyone this season. Ferguson is also apparently a United fan, and the club has a tradition of having the best Irish players on their roster. Manchester United should avoid signing Joao Felix despite report. Manchester United have linked Harry Kane and Victor Osimhen with Erik ten Hag and are keen to strengthen their offensive line to compete on all fronts next season. However, if the reports are to be believed, the Red Devils could be preparing a surprise move for a striker struggling in the Premier League. Diario AS said on Wednesday that United have asked about Joao Felix, but it's hard to see Ten Hag pushing to procure his signature based on his performances at Chelsea. The 23-year-old joined the team on a short-term loan in January and scored 1 goal in his first 8 games. He scored 10 goals with 6 assists from 35 games last season, which is okay but ultimately below par for a player that cost a club record €126 million. United might think there are better ways to spend their money. Kane has 21 goals in 28 league games this season, while Osimhen has 21 goals in 23 games in Serie A, so these two would be much better investments than Felix. Sporting determined to extend Goncalo Inacio's contract amid Manchester United and Newcastle interest. According to the Record, Sporting is prioritizing a new contract for defender Goncalo Inacio amid interest from Manchester United and Newcastle United. The 21-year-old is one of the best young defenders in Portuguese football, and United have been following his performances closely for the past 18 months. The defender's current contract expires in June 2025, but Sporting is aiming to extend his stay for another 12 months, possibly increasing his €45 million release clause. United and Newcastle are reportedly the main candidates interested in signing Inacio. In our opinion, Inacio would be an ideal transfer. The Portuguese have impressively completed 90% of their passes this period. Similar to Martinez, he is a left-footed central defender who likes the ball at his feet. Manchester United willing to agree £35 million fee to secure signing. Earlier this month, we published a piece of news stating that Manchester United are one of the favourites to hire Gabriel Veiga from Celta Vigo. Manchester United are one of the clubs willing to accept the £35 million fee required to sign the Spaniard, according to the latest update provided by AS. The young player scored 9 goals and made 3 assists in 18 league games so far. Veiga is a flexible playmaker who can be deployed in multiple midfield and attacking positions. Celta Vigo president Manuel Carlos Moreno acknowledged that it will be difficult to retain the club's valuable assets during the next transfer window. However, he has made it clear that Veiga's departure will only be permitted if the £35 million release clause in his current contract is activated.